When I was 17 years old, I dreamt of being a person because I grew up in a place where I didn't think my life could be good. My biggest dreams were to travel, to work hard at something I cared about, and to not be alone. I lived every single day in a terrifying, distorted vision of life where all I had ever seen was people being angry and sad. I became a person who was defeated from a young age. For years, I slept in late, I stayed up all night worrying and feeling overwhelmed and having no control over myself. I was poor and lonely and useless. In the last 4 years since I became an adult, I went on a journey that felt like crawling out of hell. I learned how to make money and how to travel and how to make friends and how to be a person. I have freedom and access and connections. I gained 50 pounds. I got strong. I look better. I sound better. I feel better. I am finally someone just like I always wanted to be. When you Google my name, there are net worth pages guessing how tall and how rich I am. I'm finally a person. But I still see things that no one else sees. Or I think things that no one else says. When I'm sitting alone in a hotel room staring at the New York skyline, all I can do is wonder if everything is always going to be this hard. I wonder why I had to go through so much at a young age, and I just don't understand if life is like this for everyone, or if I'm a person with a unique suffering who is set apart from the rest of humanity, not because I'm destined for greatness, but because I find myself stuck in an ocean of pain. The feeling that my entire life will be defined by an inability to move on. The feeling that I will suffer quietly forever until I can't take it anymore. Even after I left the darkness of pain and suffering as a young adult, I was still lost. I didn't like who I was. I spent a lot of time with the wrong people, and I did a lot of things that got me absolutely nowhere. I wasn't living, I was just trying not to die. And the same goes for you if you feel like your life sucks because of capitalism being rigged against you, or because of some ideological horror or systemic injustice. Yes, there are a lot of bad things that happen to us outside of our control, but if you don't try your hardest to succeed in life, the only person to blame for your misfortune is yourself. It just doesn't help you to blame other people for your own sadness and depression. But I realized this year that I was fooling myself. I wasn't suffering from the trauma of my painful past. I was suffering from the fear of moving on and the discomfort of climbing up to the next level. But it became clear that if I could take all of my pain and anger and all of my feelings, and if I could use them to do something constructive, I would be able to build up an unbreakable spirit. I realized I could become not just a person, but a great person. Because I don't want to live a normal life. I want to speak to people who feel lost, sad, or alone. And I want to tell you that life is a vast ocean of experience, and you can be who you want to be if you're willing to accept that growing up isn't easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to make us strong. In 2022, I grew up a lot. I became an absolute unit from 145 pounds to 190. I made a lot of money, and I avoided so many of the mistakes I had made in the past. I stopped drinking, I stopped going to parties, I stopped making new friends. I did a lot of things. I traveled to more states and countries than I ever did before. I also put my head down and I worked really hard. I just don't want to be poor anymore. I started making more money than ever, and through that increased income, I've been able to do so much more for people around me. And you know what? I said no more new friends. I said no more getting drunk with people I don't know. No more sitting up late nights wondering what to do with my life when I already know my purpose. No more avoiding responsibilities. No more avoiding the hard work that I know I'm capable of. I picked a divine purpose for my existence and I chased it. And if it turns out I had made a mistake and I had to try again, at least I tried. And trying and failing is always better than not trying at all. Luckily for me, the choices I made this year worked out. I don't think the pain I feel is ever going to go away for good. I'm always going to be hurting from some long ago, far away feeling of disappointment or fear or abandonment and anxiety. I don't think it's ever going to leave, but I don't want to be a weak person. I want to be someone who lives so honestly and expresses the deepest truths of my mind to the point where people look at me and they say, "Look at him. Can you believe what he went through? And he never gave up." And I say, yes. Well, the thing is, I'm still going through it. Even though I look happy, strong, and successful, in many ways I will always be in pain regardless. But if I had not suffered, from where would I draw my desire for success? If I have not failed, from where do I draw the purpose of my pursuit? I know that a lot of people who watch me are artists, producers, creators, photographers, people who see beauty in life and want to create beauty of their own. And I want to say, life can be so much more than the neighborhood you grew up in. It can be so much more than your family and your pain and the things that happen to you. But you have to accept the negativity for what it is. You can't run from it. It may always live with you, but you shouldn't ever let it define who you are or stop you from moving forward. What I learned in 2022 is that I want to be a great person. I want to speak with so much honesty because I can connect to the deepest part of their life experiences. I want to be shockingly present and honest. I want to continue to speak with everybody about the deepest contents of our hearts until we can all join together in a realization that life has always been beautiful and that giving up was never an option. Thank you all for watching me this year, and I appreciate you more than you could possibly know. The man who believes that the secrets of the world are forever hidden lives in mystery and fear. Superstition will drag him down. The rain will erode the deeds of his life. But that man who sets himself the task of singling out the thread of order from the tapestry will by the decision alone have taken charge of the world, and it is only by taking such charge that he will effect a way to dictate the terms of his own fate. If you're interested in more of my creations, I just launched a series of pendants that I designed from scratch. Each necklace is made of full 925 sterling silver with enamel paint in the design of a sun rising over a night full of silver stars. To me, the necklaces serve as a reminder that whoever you are and whatever your goal is, whether it's business, content creation, school, music, the only way to reach your goals is to just keep going. Because there cannot be any light without dark. There cannot be any success without struggling first. If you want to support my work and buy a necklace, feel free to pick one up at the link below. Shipping is free in the United States, and every necklace comes with a handwritten note. Shipping begins in late December.